live and direct from Blackout Studios. It's your boy Scales. We back for a special edition of Slick Talk with Scales podcast. We were supposed to do this episode probably about a month ago, but when you're dealing with celebrities, like I tell y'all, my clientele stepping up. When you're dealing with people with busy schedules, sometimes you got to rearrange things and do shit on the fly. So we are here right now. We usually go live. This will be posted later on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere that we go live at. You know what I'm saying? It'll be posted at a later date. But we pre-recording this one because we got a special guest in the building. He probably got to do about 40 features when he leave here right now. You know what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, we got the world famous Party of Four in the building with us today. What's going on?
Thanks for having me, man.
What's going on?
How y'all feeling?
What's going on? Y'all know what's going on, man. It's full circle for me with you right now. Probably about 4 years ago, we had you on Smoking Gossip. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And it's just dope to me, like, I'm gonna give you your flowers right now before we get into the interview, but it's just dope to me to see cats come full circle with something like a dream. Like, even this, what I'm doing right now was a dream for me, and this will make the 181st episode right here. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and it was just an idea one night. Yeah. And when we were sitting talking to you that day, you was like, man, this is some shit I thought, like, fuck it, I'm gonna put my nose to the grind and do this shit so to see a nigga on Billboard, you know what I mean? 4 years later, it's like that's mind blowing, and like, just, you know what I mean? Just gotta give you your flowers on that, bro. Like, I just love to see shit come full circle like that because I know how hard this grind is.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
What I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely all the process, but I appreciate that, man.
Absolutely. So, Don, was it with you?
Man, listen. I'm here. I'm here, but I'm not here.
Okay.
I'm just here.
I wanted to get some history on you. So, where you from?
I'm from here. Born and raised. I moved away in 2013, I think, if not 14. But I moved to Minnesota. And I was there. I was a CNA and shit, made music and whatnot. And then I ended up moving back 2016, I think, I want to say. But yeah, came back and then shit. I did music the whole time, but I was working way more in Minnesota. But just pushing the craft and, doing features and things like that, and then shit start coming together. And God did the rest after that. Just always stayed busy and working, but was always around Milwaukee and stuff. My kids here, I just be having other obligations in different states, so we having to move around. But yeah. The mill, that's where I'm from, born and raised. That's my heart right there.
All right, because I get that question a lot. Me being Blackout affiliated, and then people will be like, "Hey, what a Party at Four, dude? Where you from? Y'all signed a nigga from Florida or something?" I'm like, "No, but from here." You know what I'm
People
saying?
be thinking I'm from LA and all type of shit.
But the Minnesota
got a different vibe.
Facts. The Minnesota thing makes sense because when KB was asking me my opinion on you probably about a year and a half ago. Even Tony Neal, probably like 6 months ago, asked me my opinion on you. I'm like, he like the hip hop Prince. You know what I'm saying? He give me like Prince, hip hop Prince vibes, and who don't think Prince is cool? You know what I'm saying? And women like Prince. So I'm like, if a nigga got that going for himself, you know what I mean? I see him winning before I had even heard a song for real. I'm like, just off his look, he won with me. He can rap like in front of me. You remember you freestyle on Smoking Gossip Live on the air, so I'm like, any nigga that can spit, he got me anyway. And then I'm like, then the nigga got the look. I'm like, shit, but then. As I've been around the Blackout situation and around Amari and Black and KB and all the people affiliated.
Shout out to the higher ups.
Shout out to the bosses. You know what I mean? Yeah. I get privy to hear things that other people don't get to hear. Yeah. And as I get to hear in the catalog, I'm like, oh no, this dude is dope. So I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about being like a hybrid artist? Sing, rap, you know what I mean? Do reggaeton, you know what I mean? I heard you dip into that bag a little bit, you know what I mean? So.
I be trying to push the boundary like sonically. I feel like the past couple of years really opened my eyes and like widened my horizon on how I look at myself, because I do more than just make music, right? So I don't want to confine myself to a box, because I just be like, oh yeah, I rap, like I'm a rapper, like blah blah. But I can sing too, but I don't be trying to get like too big-headed with the singing. Like, people really like my singing music, and I really am blessed for that. So I'm just trying to get better at, like, singing and, holding notes and things like that, so I can, like, just keep it going, because, like, To the Moon and Red Bottoms, like, that's my, like, comfort zone. Like, I like to rap with a melody, if you will. I mean, so, it's just all about growing it and just pushing it as far as I can go. Like I want to make a country record at one point, you know what I'm saying, some shit like that.
But do you take your audience into consideration when you're doing these records, or do you just try to find a balance artistically?
I definitely take like the comment section and what people that I play my music for, like what their feedback is. That's all taken into consideration for sure, because they're the consumers. That's what we hope as artists. But when I'm like in the studio or I'm writing at the crib, like I kind of like just try to push what I can do personally, because I like to be my own worst critic and best critic. Like I'll be like, oh, this trash, scrap this. A month later, scroll through the notes like, oh, I was on some shit. I gotta, rework that. But it's just all a part of being shit.
It makes sense. It makes sense that that you kind of you're pushing yourself, because I hear you on tracks that I wouldn't expect. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a joint I love, like the Baby Bash joint.
Oh, you a real nigga, man. Those thighs, yeah. Hey, when y'all see this, just know he's speaking some real shit right there.
Yeah. That joint is crazy.
But you wouldn't expect that. You know what I'm saying? Like just to use that sample, it's crazy.
See,
the song's crazy.
You going Baby Bash, and that was something I had on my list of questions. That was next to out of all the joints that you dropped, and I don't mean to, I like all the shit, but my favorite is Red Bottoms. And it's the Christopher Williams sample.
Yeah.
I like that song as a kid.
Yeah,
so
beat's
first I heard the sample, I'm like,
he snapped on it.
yeah, I'm like, and the way you know what I mean, you stuck with the cadence. You kept it still in that type of cadence that Chris was on. So that's what I thought. How you paid homage to the old school on it, but still kept it current.
Yeah,
that's one of the beats where I'm like, fuck, I didn't make this. Why didn't make this? I'm like, that shit is hard. It's so hard.
Motherfucker be floating.
I'm just glad I did the clean. I'm just glad I got to do the clean edit.
So as far as
touch it a little bit.
Oh God.
as far as like To the Moon, TikTok help with that, make it into Billboard, or how does that process? Walk us through that process exactly.
I can't be too overly analytical with the inner workings of the back room and the finesse and what they do, but I know TikTok played a part. I'm waiting for something to like blow up on TikTok. I just gotta put my own work in, you know what I'm saying, and actually like interact with it more. But hopefully it don't get banned. I know a couple places
it's on its way. Yeah, it's on its way.
Yeah, I hate to see it, man.
Especially in the
Prayers
States.
up for TikTok, man. But yeah, hopefully y'all keep ticking. But hey, yeah, like TikTok is definitely a big part of like the growing of a single and the songs. Shit, it helped Red Bottoms out a lot too. Oh God. Like I say, the inner workings is an anomaly to me, but shit, it's working inside there.
Yeah, as long as the Matrix is doing what it's supposed to do, that's all that's all that matters.
Yeah.
What do you think of the current state of Milwaukee hip hop?
Oh man, not trying to get hate mail.
No, I ain't trying to get hate mail. You ain't got to put no names on that. You can be very general about it.
The artist here is fucking fire. It's a lot of dope ass artists from here. I be listening to a lot of shit, man, but I just say it's like a unspoken like gate that niggas gotta break here, and you gotta like go on like an exhibition to find a way in type shit. And I could be wrong. Maybe I'm lazy.
No, I like your analyst. I like how you see that because you've traveled.
Yeah.
And like me, I spent 8 years in Atlanta going to school and doing music. So I got to experience that. You know what I mean? And I got to see that gate that you're talking about. Because if you hear, you don't know what we're talking about. You got to go somewhere else and experience how they do things and how they operate and how their hip hop culture is. Like,
it's a lot of captivation that goes on out there and cultivation.
Cultivation. Like even if let's say you a pure street rapper, right? And I'm a lyrical dude or whatever you want to call me, backpack, Coachella type rapper or whatever. And you a nightclub mixtape street nigga. In other markets, those dudes collaborate.
They do great.
Our city has a weird thing with that. Like it's very weird to me about that, how that operates here.
And they be hit records.
Yeah, they be hit records.
And then like here, it just be like, I feel like a lot of shit be partitioned and kind of like segregated. I mean,
for no reason though.
Yeah, I don't understand that shit, bro. And a lot of it probably just be people in their own head, cause like I have this like little pessimistic stigma I go through where it be like, oh, don't nobody fuck with me, like this, that, and the third. Like they probably think I'm arrogant and cocky, but I just stay to myself. Like, I do what's got me to see today. I've been here this long, and what I've been doing up to this point is why I'm here. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna just keep moving that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to think I don't be in the wrong place at the wrong time or travel out of what I know, like trying to be cool or be around motherfuckers. Like, should I just move however I move and shit?
I think a big part of it is business.
Yeah.
Milwaukee doesn't understand the music business.
That's true.
And so when you don't have a business mentality,
Everything
everything is clicky. Everything is gang because it's not business. When it's business, when you gotta make a hit record, I'm going to see whoever gonna give me a hit record.
Or you gotta do collaborations because I need your audience to grow my audience.
Motherfuckers to delegate the wrong people to help them out too.
Facts.
That's a big part of it as well.
Having your own style is something, you know, that I'm from hearing this conversation and just watching you online is something that I see that you take to heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Are you a stylist? You make your own clothes?
Yeah, I made this bag. This trip, I just didn't have the capacity in my luggage or the want of my shoulder to bear the burden of such items being inside me when I travel. But yeah, I mean, shit, I love fashion. For me, it's just a part of like, I get tired of. I spend good money on my clothes. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand how hurt I'd be to go in somewhere, whether it's a shindig or club. Fuck it, I may be at a breakfast bar, and the nigga has the same shit on. It's kind of like, you know, when Pac-Man died, like, yeah, it's over. Yeah, shit is terrible. Like, so I don't know, just the original piece too. And I'm in the process of like selling my shit. Like, I gotta put this little capsule out when I get back before I go to LA. I gotta make time for that. But you know, I'm chopped, so I'll be drifting off premise. But to get back on premise, yes, I do fuck with the fashion. I like to make my own clothes. I more so do it for me, like not to be narcissistic or nothing, but you an arrogant motherfucker to walk around and some shit like, yeah, they gonna fall out when they see me in this nigga. Like, you know, if you see it and you comment on it, I'm blessed and I'm gonna keep doing something because I'm doing something right at that point.
It's just an extension of your personality.
Yeah, like I gotta draw on some shit. Like I try not to wear white no more. Like I wear white tees, but that's because you can understand the scuff on that. Like you wear a white fit, I go buy some off-white or some white Balenciaga. It's gonna get stained up on my ash right when I get out the crib. 11:05, the fit's ruined. And I walked out at 11:02. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just be, some of this shit probably don't even match sometimes, but shit, it's that shit.
Where does the name come from?
So originally I was XVO Keys. Shout out to Cuz, because we had a group. And XVO stood for Extreme Visual Abstinence. Basically, you just believe in what you see, you put forth out into the atmosphere, be it the world we live in. So I got tired of telling niggas all of that cute phonetical verbiage. So it got condensed over time because when I was in Minnesota, I had dropped a little 4-song EP when my cousin moved back to Milwaukee. And it was called Party at 4 because we was coming up with a title. And my guy C-Fo was like, you always up at like 3, 4 a.m. bullshit and smoking and shit. Let's just call it Party at 4. And it's 4 songs, so boom. Then I moved back to the mill and my manager one random rainy morning was like, yo, you're the only result for Party at 4. So let's go with that as the alias. And I was like, well, fuck it. There it is. And we from Milwaukee 414, so there's a couple little factors that, you know, you ever feel like some shit just right?
Right,
I thrift. Like, you're going to a thrift shop, you see a piece, and it's just like, bro, a nigga ain't grabbed this vintage Ralph Lauren fucking trench coat. What the fuck? Nigga, this is God. So I feel like that. I mean, like, if everything lined up, then it's just
go with the flow. Don't force nothing. And that's what I kind of hear from your music, too. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like it's forced. Who so far, like, in the industry that you met, that you felt was pretty genuine?
My guy Phrase, he taught me a lot. Crazy on the board. Shout out Phrase. Shout out Don too. They're all integral parts of what's going on. I don't know. When I meet people and and Relly Made, man, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out my boy. Man, my nigga. So yeah, I don't know, like I like to think of myself as like a sponge. Like the fashion, the genre shit I do, like the beat selection. It all stems from something that I've experienced or something I heard. Like I go to the movies and listen to the soundtrack of a movie, like the scores more than I'm looking at the shit because you might hear at a certain frequency, and then you go home later, an hour later, you making beats, you go past the sound or a loop, and it's like, oh shit, that resonated, it's spooky, and I'm in my Southside bag. So just everything that I go through is just inspirational.
He studies that.
Yeah.